The community will always be here, so even if you take a break for a couple years, the scene will always welcome you back. If you just view your life as a festival, as a side quest, that just makes life so much more fun. Everyone was so standoffish and so I don't want to say rude, but you should be living your life for two people. The first is your 80-year-old self, and the second is your younger self. It's okay to not go to a show every single weekend. PLUR isn't dead, you have to create your own PLUR. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Heather. I create festival and also lifestyle content. Y'all, it's been a minute since I've been to a festival, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been to one since New Year's Eve, which is kind of crazy for me. And it's only April, so it's been about 4 months, which is insane. And I haven't been to a show either. At least I don't think. No, I don't think so. Nope. With that, I've had a lot of change in my life. I've accepted a new job, moved across the country. I now live in a town called Winston-Salem, North Carolina. But I was just reflecting and I wanted to just make this sit-down video talking about festivals. First, I want to tell you about the events I will be going to this year, and maybe not, I'll have a meetup if you guys are going to the same events too. Hopefully I'll see you there. Next, I would like to talk about just some trending topics related to the festival rave scene that are going around social media that I just want to put my 2 cents in, so I figured that'd be fun. Disclaimer, I may or may not go off on a tangent. However, I did write notes last night, so I'm a little bit more organized, okay? Also, I did my makeup this morning and my hair, and I feel really cute. Oh my god, Finn! Look at my cat. Excuse me. What are you doing, Finn? Can you please come inside? Finn. Oh my god. Come here. Come inside, please. Thank you. Oh my god. Don't stress mom out. Oh my god. Okay, so now that everyone is on the right side of the fence, Finn. Let's talk about the events I'm going to this year. So Ganja White Night is touring right now. They were actually in Charlotte this past weekend. Charlotte is about an hour and a half from me, but y'all, I don't have any friends here yet. So if any of you are in the North Carolina area and want to hang out and be friends, let's do it. I just feel like there's not really a rave scene here in Winston, which is unfortunate. So any rave friends I make might be in Raleigh or Charlotte, which is whatever. Anyway, I decided not to go to Ganja in Charlotte, and instead I'm flying to Dallas this coming weekend and seeing them there. I have a bunch of different friends going, so it's gonna be like a whole thing. Not just to see Ganja, which I love Ganja, but it's gonna be fun to see friends. Also, the venue in Dallas, the Silo, it's brand new. It opened up this year or this past year, and I've really been wanting to see a show there anyway. So kind of hitting 3 birds with 1 stone, seeing Ganja, friends, and seeing this new venue. Next, in a few weeks, I will be going back. You guys, I'm so excited. I will be going back to Infrasound in Minnesota. I attended Infrasound in 2021. It was like a family reunion. It was the first festival I went to after COVID, summer of 2021, and then I did the fall autumn equinox at Infrasound. The vibe of Infrasound is what I'm more drawn to, just the more of a homey festival, smaller festival, more wook. Saying that, I've recently found out about Desert Hearts Festival, which is essentially like Infrasound but with house music, and I think I would love to check that out eventually. Sorry, this is my tangent. I did go to Astronox this past fall. That was outside of Austin, Texas, and if you've been to Astronox or been to Infrasound, they're very similar. So if you're looking for another small homey festival, go to Astronox. I loved it. I'm so excited to go to Infrasound, and I'm going with my best friend from college, Darby. Her and I go to Okeechobee every year together. together, and y'all, I'm so excited for infrasound. Plus, I'm from Minnesota, so actually my dad is picking us up and he's dropping us off at the festival, and he might like attend the first day. My hometown, like where he lives, is 2 hours from infrasound. So I'm like, Dad, do you want to go to infrasound? He's been wanting to go to a festival, so here we are. My dad is gonna go to infrasound, or he's thinking about it anyway. He's gonna help us set up like camp at least. June, I am keeping it low key. As much as I would love to do Bonnaroo, as much as I would love to do Electric Forest, I'm unfortunately not going to Forest this year. The last time I was at Forest, a lot of stuff happened and I'm just not ready to go back to Forest. I definitely do want to go back, but I just need a little bit more time between me and Forest. I know a lot of you guys follow me from my Electric Forest vlogs and tip videos and whatnot, but no, I apologize. I'm not going to Forest this year. Instead, I'm so excited. I'm going to Tipper at the Gorge. I am going to the Gorge. I've been wanting to go to the Gorge since I found out about the Gorge, like when I entered the rave scene back in like 2019. I also love the Pacific Northwest, so I'm excited just to go out there. So yes, Tipper at the Gorge. In August, I don't have any plans. And then September, no, not even September. Oh my God. September, I don't have any plans either. However, the Same But Different lineup just dropped and I would love to go to that, but it's the weekend before Wakan. And y'all, I bought Wakan tickets. Me and my family, my siblings, and then our little rave group, we all were like, let's go to Wakan. And I've been to Wakan before. I went in 2023 and I enjoyed it, but I went to Lost Lands last year, so as much as I would love to go back to Lost Lands, everyone in my group wanted to go to Wakan, and I'm like, personally, I love Wakan, but I felt like I didn't need to go back to that festival because I've been wanting to try new festivals. Like I've been wanting to go to Halloween. I was thinking about that, but I keep pushing off Hula, you guys. But all my friends were like, well, let's go to Wakan. The reason we're going to Wakan is because we did not get 7 Stars tickets like everyone else. Like who even got 7 Stars tickets? So we tried to get tickets for that, didn't get it. So then we're like, okay, F it, we're going to Wakan. So yes, I'm going to Wakan in the first weekend of October. But mentioning 7 Stars, I actually live literally 2.5 hours from the venue. And I have friends who did get tickets. I have like 2 different separate groups of people. Even if I can get like a 1-day ticket pass, if I could get something, I don't know, since I'm so close, I'm like, I need to get a ticket, but I do not want to spend $1,500 on a resale ticket. That's just like, no. But however, if you're selling a ticket, let me know. Let's see, the end of the year, I don't have any other festivals planned. I do have my friend Darby, she's turning 30 this year. She's renting like a beach house in Florida. So we're gonna do that, but that's my November trip, is going to Florida, but that's not festival related. However, I was like, should we do EDC Orlando back-to-back Darby's birthday? Low-key, I'm like, maybe I'll fly to Orlando for a day. But also I need to like not just like spend all my money, which I will talk about later on in this video. As of right now, those are my plans. Ganja's the only show I have right now. I'll probably end up going to some more shows like in Charlotte. I really do want to check out the venues in Charlotte and in Raleigh and Asheville. Asheville, I think, is still recovering from that Hurricane Helene from last year, so I don't know. But I did see like Sun Squabby was playing there. I'm like, damn, maybe I should drive over to Asheville to see Sun Squabby. If any of you guys are gonna be at any of those events, let me know. Let's meet up, let's hang out. This video is already so long. Told you I would go on tangents. I have 4 topics I want to talk about, okay? The first one I've been seeing all over TikTok, and it's like, it pisses me off, okay? Is PLUR dead? No, PLUR is not dead. I saw one TikTok where it's like, PLUR's not dead, you're just getting old. Which is like kind of true. My outlook on PLUR is like, PLUR comes from within. So if you think PLUR is dead, that means you are not, what word am I trying to think of? Emitting PLUR. You are expecting to receive PLUR without actively giving PLUR. And I don't know, I feel like maybe people who are saying that just like aren't fun or like are only talking to the group that they came with. Okay, that like we all know this. That's why having candy and trinkets is such like a good idea or good thing to have at festivals or raves, because like if you want to spread PLUR, giving something to someone is a really easy way to do it. And then after you give something to someone, like you might start having a conversation, then you might end up being best friends, who knows. But another thing that you can give that's completely free is a compliment. Tell someone you like their shirt. Tell someone you like their vibe. Y'all, I've told people, oh my God, I love your vibe, keep doing you. I think that is like the top tier compliment you can give to someone. Also, with compliments, this isn't even just with festivals, but it's just with life. Like if you're looking at someone and see something you like about them, tell them. Like, don't keep it to yourself. That's rude to keep it to yourself. They should know if you think a positive thought about them, you know? I do have an example about where I felt PLUR was dead, but it might be kind of different because let me tell you. So when I was in Ibiza this past summer, I went to High Ibiza. I saw, who did I see there? Oh, Tale of Us. So like house techno music. And it was so packed. So High Ibiza is like literally like a club. So you can compare it to the clubs in Vegas. And we were just like sardines when Tale of Us came on. But like as the music went on, I noticed like everyone was just like, you know, dancing a little bit, but just like staring straight up the front, up like at the stage. And like no one was looking around and everyone just seemed so standoffish. And I had made a friend. But for me, when I'm in a crowd, I like to compliment people and kind of make a circle around myself and introduce myself to everyone. Not like fully introduce, but just like make some kind of acknowledgement, like, hey, like I see you, like you see me. And it's just like more fun because then that just like opens up the possibility to just like have a fun little group. At High Ibiza, everyone was so standoffish and so like, I don't want to say rude, but like, I don't know. I did try talking to this one guy. I gave him a compliment and he looked at me and was like, oh, thanks. Like, have you not gotten a compliment before? I don't know if that's like a European thing or what, but also like that could just be like a club thing versus a festival thing. I'm sure European festivals have like a completely different vibe than that, but I thought about PLUR at High Ibiza and I was like, where's the PLUR? But then I thought about what I'm telling you. I'm like, oh, I need to create my own PLUR. So then I actually started talking to people, and then my friend who I met, we ended up meeting 3 more people and we had a little group that night and it was so fun. But yeah, that's just like an example of PLUR isn't dead. You have to create your own PLUR. You have to spread your own PLUR, okay? Okay, second topic, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna screen record and we're gonna watch this together, okay?
About how I could afford a $6,500 trip to Stagecoach without going broke. So I paid about $6,500 total to go to Stagecoach. There was $4,000 that was my share of the Airbnb, $500 for flights, about $600 for a rental car, $1,000 for food and drinks, and about $400 for a general admission ticket. And no, I didn't wait until the last minute to panic swipe my card. I planned for it, so let's talk about how I did it and how you can do it too. The very first thing you need to do is reverse engineer your goal. So you need to think about what is the total that I need to pay and how long do I have before I need to pay for. So in my example, I had about 12 months to save for this trip and my total was $6,500. So $6,500 divided by 12, that equals $542 a month. Next, what I wanted to do is prevent self-sabotage and take my brain out of it. So I set up automatic transfers. You can do this every 2 weeks as you get paid, and what you're gonna do is set up an automatic transfer from your regular checking account that you're getting paid into a high yield savings account. This way your wealth and your savings builds on autopilot. Now, if you have a lump sum of money available, what you can actually do is put that into something called a GIC in Canada or a CD, certificate of deposit, in the United States. This way you can earn a little bit more money on your money. This way, when the time came, I could enjoy every minute of it without any guilt or debt. This is how we make luxury intentional.
I love this video because it's true. I feel like a lot of people in the rave community, especially younger people, are just like, oh, let me just put it on a credit card and I'll worry about it later, because they're not financially literate. And I get it. I was that way when I was younger. I'm not as good as her. I have my checking account, and then my bank allows me to make separate folders within my checking account. And I also do have a high yield savings account. And just like investing, like if you have like a real job with benefits with a 401k, your job automatically pulls money to put into your 401k. Like if you set it up, that's how your festival fund should be too. So she talked about automatic payments or automatic deposits. I don't have mine automatic, but every time I get paid, I do transfer money into my like festival fund, and I use that for festivals and travel. And if I have something coming up, I will try to put more money into it so I can plan accordingly. Also with festival tickets, I personally try to pay my festival ticket in full because I hate payments. I hate any kind of, like, I hate owing people anything. But if you can't afford that, obviously doing the layaway payments work too. I ended up doing that for tipper because when I bought my tipper ticket, I was unemployed. Also, touching on finances, if you're in your younger 20s, it's okay to not go to everything. I didn't start going to festivals until I was 25. One, because I didn't even know like the scene existed, but two, even if I knew it existed, I was so poor in college. Like I would have maybe made a few things work, but nah. So if you're younger, I encourage you to finish school, figure your career out, still go to things here and there, but it's okay to not go to a show every single weekend. I know like right when you discover it, you're just like obsessed with it and want to do that, but save your money, figure out your career path and your life path before like jumping way into the deep end with festivals. I saw another TikTok video that talked about how you should be living your life for two people. The first is your 80-year-old self, and the second is your younger self, your child. So festivals definitely make your inner child happy. However, when it comes to finances, we want to focus on our 80-year-old self as well. We don't want to get to 80 and have no retirement, okay? We want to continue to go to festivals at 80 and afford to go to festivals after we retire. So think about your 80-year-old self along with your younger self, your 6-year-old self, your like 14-year-old self, whatever that may be. So I was talking to my friend recently, and he was talking about how, oh, I love escaping at festivals. And I was like, escaping? I'm like, you shouldn't want to escape. And I understand like a camping festival, especially, you are quite literally, not literally, but you're escaping, you know, you're just there for the whole weekend. But he was like, what are you talking about? Like, it is an escape. And I'm like, I don't think it should be an escape. I think it should be a way of life. Go to the festivals, enjoy being there. And then when you come back to your 9-to-5 or your normal life, you should pretend like you're still at a festival. Bring that same energy as the energy that you had at the festival. It's honestly the same thinking as living for the weekend. So that's just saying that Monday through Thursday and then half of Friday, you're just dreading life and like you hate your job, or even if you don't hate it, you're just like, you know, I'd rather be somewhere else. Like, I think even with that thinking and with thinking like the festivals are an escape, you should wake up every single day and think, oh my God, what's gonna happen today? Who am I gonna meet today? You might be on the same routine. If you just view your life as a festival, as a side quest, that just makes life so much more fun. And then when you go to a festival, it's just like, like, does that make sense? Life is, you know, the saying, life is a trip, like the ups and downs, like life is a festival too. I really started having that thinking back in like 2022, and it honestly changed my whole life, because I used to be that person. Like, I used to hate going into work and being like, I'm here for 40 hours. But instead I'm like, I'm here for 40 hours. That's so exciting. It's almost like tricking your brain into just being happier, honestly. Even if you don't initially think that and you hate your job or whatever. Well, if you hate your job, just start looking for a new job, okay? Trust me, my last job was toxic and it broke me down. But we're out of that situation now, so that's a different story. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to touch on. Festivals are not an escape, they're an enhancement of your life that is already amazing. Last thing, you guys, we're almost there. Okay, another thing I see on the internet all the time. Am I getting too old for raving? We all know the answer is no. However, I am definitely more particular with what events I go to. When I was younger and just discovered the scene, I wanted to go to everything and anything. Honestly, I feel like everyone should have that phase, and having that phase leads you to this phase. So it's okay. I feel like that's just like the part of the circle of life in raving. From 2021 through 2023, I went to a lot of different events, but now I'm just like, I'm only gonna go to the things that I actually care about and that I actually want to go to. For example, I would rather just save my energy and go to a festival that I really want than go to 7 or 8 shows in 3 months. Like, I'd rather just save my energy. Of course, if it's someone I really want to see, that's different. With going to all these different festivals, I've realized which ones I've liked and which ones I don't really need to go back to. The types of festivals I love are, I do love forest. I love like the Wook forest type festivals. Astronauts, Infrasound. I'm so excited for Tipper. Okeechobee is my #1 favorite festival. Oh yeah, I got Okeechobee tickets, you guys, for 2026, so I'll see you there. I'm so excited. But no, I was just talking to my friend group. Next year, I really want to go to completely different festivals. Well, I got my Okeechobee ticket, but I would love to go to Lightning in a Bottle next year. And then I would love to go to Shambhala up in Canada. Oh my God, that'd be so exciting. And then I do want to try to hit Halloween next year. And then moving forward to like 2027 and onward, I definitely want to hit up Envision Festival. That's like my top festival I want to go to. That along with Burning Man. I have this like almost like pact with myself. If Burning Man doesn't get planned in the next couple years, I'm going to Burning Man when I'm 35 years old. I know Burning Man's quite expensive, or it can be, and I feel like I need to find the right people to go with to Burning Man. That's why I haven't tried to go. But yeah, I don't think I'll ever get too old for raving. I think I will try to go to at least a few events each year. Like, even if I decide to have kids, which I don't even know if I want kids, but like even if I did have kids, like I would take my kids to like Okeechobee or Burning Man. Like, I would be that parent. We are not getting too old for raving, and I do understand that priorities change. Like, you want to put your money in different spots. The cool thing about raving is the community will always be here. So even if you take a break for a couple years, the scene will always welcome you back. And that's just what I love about the community. I've been yapping for a hot minute. If you guys got to the end, thank you so much for listening to this yap. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. But if you guys have any questions or opinions or anything, let me know down in the comments and we can start a conversation. With that, I appreciate you guys. I will see you for the next one. I'll see you for the infrasound vlogs, okay? Oh, I didn't get like any coffee. All right, love you, bye.